Hello everyone. So friends, in our previous lecture we saw that how we can use Mockito annotation to create a mock, and we saw the demonstration that how we can use @mock annotation to create a mock. But we also saw that as soon as we ran the test case got failed, giving a null pointer exception. So friends, we also discussed that why it gave null pointer exception, because when we are using @mock, we need to tell Mockito that what to do with @mock annotation. Because when we run the test cases, Mockito has no idea that we are using @mock annotation and we have mocked some dependency which we want to use in our test. So friends, in JUnit 5, in order to tell Mockito that we are using the annotations to our test class, we need to use Mockito extension. So friends, extension were introduced in JUnit 5 to basically enhance the capability of our test classes and methods. So if you want to enhance your test, you can create your own extensions. So Mockito came up with his own extension, which was Mockito extension. So when we use annotations, we need to extend our test class using the Mockito extension. So let's go to IntelliJ and see the demonstration of it. So friends, here you can see that we created the mock object of book repository using @mock annotation. But when we ran the test case got failed, giving null pointer exception. Because when we ran the test, there was no way to tell Mockito that please use @mock annotation, and here whatever the dependency we are providing is a mock dependency. So friend, as we are running this test cases in JUnit 5, which is JUnit Jupyter, in order to tell Mockito that this is our mock object, we need to run our annotations test with the Mockito extension. So here what we need to do is, on the top of our class, we need to use one more annotation, extend with. So this annotation is part of JUnit 5 extension API, present in package awk.junit.jupyter.api.extension. So when we use this annotation, we are extending the capability of our test classes and test methods. So here we are extending the capability of our annotation test and its method using Mockito extension. So here in @extend with, we need to provide Mockito extension dot class. So if you see, if we open our external libraries, here you can see there is a jar Mockito JUnit Jupyter, and if you open it, here you will see there is a Mockito extension class. So we already have the class. We just need to register Mockito extension using this extend with annotation on the top of our annotations test class. So when we use this Mockito extension, what Mockito does is, it basically sees that there is an annotation @mock. So Mockito can come to know that we need to mock this book repository. So friends, now if I run the test case, so friends, here you can see now test case got executed successfully, and we didn't got the null pointer exception here, because this book repository now was mocked properly, because we used @extend with and we registered Mockito extension dot class to it. So friends, in order to use the annotations, we need to enhance the capability of our test class with Mockito extension. And also friends, here you can see that when we used @mock and we provided book repository, we removed one line here which was actually creating the mock using the Mockito static method mock. So friend, as we are using annotations, what we also can do is, we can even remove this line of book service like this. And here we can also use one more annotations, which is @inject mocks. And here we can simply provide book service. So friend, what @inject mocks does is, it takes the class under test. So here we are actually testing the method of book service class. So usually when we want to tell Mockito that this is our class under test, we use @inject mock annotation on the top of it. And whatever the external dependency we need to mock, we tell it via @mock annotation. So when Mockito sees this annotations, what it can come to know that when it sees @inject mocks annotation, it can come to know that we are using book service class as our class under test. And when it sees @mock, it can come to know that this book repository is to be mocked and injected into the book service class. So friends, if I run the test case now, so here you can see the test case ran successfully. So friends, using these three annotations, we can tell Mockito that first, in our annotations test class, we are using Mockito annotations. Second, using @inject mocks, we can tell Mockito that this is our class under test. And using @mock annotation, we can tell that book service is dependent on book repository and we want to mock book repository. And here we can directly use these stuffs. So friend, in this lecture we saw that when we are using JUnit 5, in order to use annotation support provided by Mockito, we need to do these stuffs. So friends, in our upcoming lecture we'll see that how we can use this stuff in JUnit 4. Because in JUnit 4 there is a different way to configure this stuff. I hope you like this video. Thanks, have a nice day.